Okay, my name is Gladys, very excited. I have been in this health and wellness industry for the last 19 years, been an awesome journey. And I joined this journey when somebody promised me that I could look at this as an opportunity to make money, as well as an opportunity that I can travel with. Little did I know that the biggest part of the business is about health and wellness. And I remember getting into my second meeting and getting inducted into a very great health talk that changed my thinking, changed my outlook about health and wellness, and it changed the trajectory of my life. I am a mother of two girls. They are all adults. The last born is 22. By training, I'm a teacher. I've also done some work in the bank. But I can say the biggest part of my career has been spent in NeoLife. And I look forward to continuing with that. It's something I love. It's something that gives me joy. It's a mission now in my life. And I hope for you who is here, whether you're here as a guest or whether you're here as someone who is doing business, we can look at it as an opportunity to empower people. I keep saying these days, we are not just doing business, we are changing lives. That is my motto. So welcome to a healthy and simple way of weight loss. I know we have very many people in the world who are struggling with matters, weight, and it can be quite a challenge, I can tell you for sure. It can be quite a challenge. And we hope that at the end of the day, it's going to be more or less like, what can I say? It's going to be a lifestyle. Sorry, I'm trying to organize myself. Sorry about that. Yeah. So what are we saying? We are looking at weight in terms of either just being a little bit overweight or actually being overweight or actually being obese. And we are being told that non-obese people, 24% are likely to be thriving financially a little bit, because at the end of the day, when you have the challenges of obesity, it eventually will cost you money, more so in, what can I say, in medical bills, maybe, if it becomes a challenge in life. And we're also seeing a situation where people who are not obese or they are not overweight, they may be thriving in their physical well-being. And that's where we want to be. And also we are seeing that one of the leading causes of chronic diseases could be an issue of obesity. Obesity is very related to heart disease. It has a very big relation to cancer, diabetes, stroke, and chronic respiratory disease. And something else, not that it's hormonal issues and bone and joint issues. So when we look at it this way, we are looking at it as a way for us to look good, to feel good, and to have good emotional well-being. Because many a times people who have weight, they have a challenge sometimes with their self-esteem, not all of them, and many do, and that can be a challenge in itself. So we need to look at it that way. Okay, what is happening is that the leading world organizations like the Heart Disease Association, the World Health Organization, the Center for Disease Control, National Cancer Institute, American Diabetes Association, and of course other institutions even within Africa, they are saying, the leading authorities are agreeing that we need to prevent disease and promote health. And one of the ways to prevent disease and promote health is weight management, coupled with physical activity, where we need to live an active life. You need to be up and about, either you're walking or you're jogging or you're actually doing some form of exercise at least 3 times in a week. And we need a diet rich in whole foods, foods that have nutrients. And those ones are mostly found in whole grains, fruits and vegetables, and fish. And that needs to be in form of variety of those categories of food. What's needed for a weight loss success? One of the things is that an effective weight loss interventions include sustained lifestyle change for exercise, healthy eating, and mindfulness. Now, in NeoLife, we have what we call a renowned group of scientists called the Scientific Advisory Board. And the Scientific Advisory Board are very active people. They've really published many medical journals all over the world. They are very respected. Many of them have even achieved world firsts, especially even in the area of the glycemic response, which is something that we are talking about. Okay. We are going to look at real people who've been able to sustain their weight loss journey. As you can see there on the screen there, we've seen people who are able to sustain their health. You can see Jessica Traunter. She had gained weight while she was in college and really struggled with it, and nothing was sustainable. And when she met the NeoLife Shake, she was able to lose 10 pounds in a week. And over time, in totality, she was able to lose over a year, 30. And that was an amazing, and it's very remarkable. And then we have Mochin there, you can see her, while she got involved with taking the NeoLife Shake, and she started getting motivated by seeing the difference it was making in her life, how the body was reset. She was feeling much healthier. And it's just been an amazing, you can see the change right there. And that is very amazing. And you can see Tracy Burns, you can see the kind of kilos he was holding. And he was able to lose quite an amount of pounds in 32 pounds in 3 months when he switched on to the NeoLife Shake. And I believe part of what they were doing is also a total lifestyle change in terms of eating. And so they were able to achieve their goal. And once they are at that level, then they are able to maintain their health. So when we talk about NeoLife, the NeoLife's weight management program, we are talking about replacing some of the meals that we take if you're on the program, so that you can help the body burn the fat. But before I go there, let me talk about the factors that we need to do. Remember, I talked to you about eating well. And when we talk about eating well, we are saying that we need to eat a lot of whole grains. Whole grains are things like rice, wheat, soya, those things that have bran, because they have a way of giving you the fiber, and fiber gives you a sense of fullness, and that means you don't eat as much as you under normal circumstances you do. Because in the absence of whole grains, we actually do refined grains. And the refined grains have a way of just spiking your sugar. And when your sugar gets high in the body has to immediately convert that into fat. And now that is the fat that gets into our body. And in turn, it triggers the diseases we have just seen. It triggers one to another. And so it becomes a problem. Another thing is we need a variety of fruits and vegetables, many different types of fruits and vegetables to boost your immunity, to get the right amount of fiber as well from the fruits and vegetables, and to reduce the calories that we may be getting when we eat the Western diet. So with the fruits and vegetables, that is very, very important. And of course, when it comes to protein, fish is a very good source of protein. Not to mention, of course, poultry. Poultry is good as long as it is organically grown. It's not the ones that are done within a few weeks and they're up for taking. And so when it comes to our diet, we say we need to be very careful about this. And of course, we've talked about physical activity. One of the best physical activities that somebody should do when they are starting their weight loss is maybe walk. You make a decision that on the minimum, you're going to do at least 30 to an hour walk, either accumulated, but it will be good when it is done at a go as a form of exercise. You move as you move throughout the day, but make it a goal that at least you do your 30 minutes of walk, brisk walking as a form of exercise. It's easier, especially when somebody is a bit weighty. It is easier to put your body into that mode of exercise, and so that you're able to now start seeing yourself having that new lifestyle. If you work in a place where there's a lift and stairs, learn to take the stairs as much as you can, and that will help you a great deal. So we are saying what happens is when you get into the weight loss program, the first thing that you do is to learn to replace 2 meals. So because ideally we are supposed to have 5 meals in a day, even us who may not be in the weight loss, even if you're managing your weight, you need to have sustained bites within the day, but not in very large quantities. So ideally we are supposed to do a heavy breakfast, ideally, and then you do 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m. snack, ideally, and should be something healthy. Then you do a moderate lunch, yeah, and then you do a PM snack around 4, 5 or thereabout, and that should be healthy as well. And then you run for dinner, and when you do dinner, you try to make it early, and if possible, you try to make sure that you don't have a lot of starch in the dinner plate. If you can be able to avoid the starchy parts all the way from lunchtime to evening up to the following day, the better. And so the best way to sustain it is make sure that your starches are more on the breakfast, the AM snatch, and the lunch. And then the other one, you reduce that. So in the case where you're going through the weight loss management, we have a product called ProVitality. I'll be talking a little bit about ProVitality. Reason being, even before you start the program, say you're planning for it, you need to be on the ProVitality because it starts balancing your body to have all the vitamins, the minerals, the good fatty acids that you need. And it also has a product called Trienen, the green one here, that will help your body increase its metabolism. And when the metabolism is increased, then you find that you are ready now to start going through the journey of the weight loss. So it is very important for somebody to start off with the ProVitality. And now the ProVitality of definitely you take in the morning after as you take your breakfast or after you've done your breakfast. So what are the meals that you can replace when you're on the weight management program? The first meal you need to replace is the breakfast. It is an ideal meal to replace. So that means you get your shake. It could be either vanilla or berries and cream or chocolate, depending with your taste. So you do your shake. We normally have a shaker, a blending bottle, that even if you're on the hurry and you're on the go, you can blend it and carry it on your way and you take it. And try to take your breakfast during the breakfast hours. Once you do that and you get to work, or maybe you're in your business or you are in school as a student, definitely there's normally a break, a tea break. And so in this case, you're going to have your NeoLife tea and maybe a snack that is healthy, like an apple, could be a carrot, it could be a cucumber, it could be a piece of brown bread, it could be a boiled egg, something that is healthy. And so you need to go and strategize on the snacks that you need to carry, or if you're buying, you make sure you look at a place where you get a healthy snack. The tea is important because it makes sure that you don't go on your dip, on your blues. Remember now you avoided the breakfast, you took your shake. Of course, it gave you satiety, but around 10, your energy levels will start going down and you don't want that. So the tea will give you that spike, it will give you the energy to sustain that energy, and it has elements of fat burning. It has herbal ingredients that help you burn the fat as well as you sustain your energy. Come lunchtime, you're just as good as taking your shake once again. Remember, you have your blending bottle, easy to carry, because the shake you can actually carry in a container, a small container, and then your blender can be able to do that for you. Come around 4 a.m., you do another PM snack. And of course, we don't have the bar here in Kenya because the bar has a very short expiry span. So it is not here because it would be interfered with the transportation and even the stay in the warehouse. So in this case, you would need to look for alternatives. And then come at dinner time. It's not good for you not to eat dinner with the family. So you make sure that your dinner is there, it's healthy. And if possible, you try to eat early enough so that by the time you're going to bed, you don't have too much in your tummy. And that way, because of all the elements you've taken, now your body is in a fat burning mode. It means that now when you are at sleep, the body can be able to work on that. Now, the other thing is that what does the shake have? The shake has protein, good protein, and it gives you lean protein. That will make sure that even when you're on the weight loss, your muscles are not getting lost and you're losing the fat and not the muscle. It has fiber. Every serving has 5 grams of fiber. And fiber is very critical for weight loss. It gives you a sense of satiety. You feel you have some sense of satiety. Then it has 25 vitamins and minerals. Again, that is very important. Remember, being a meal replacement, it needs to have all the vitamins and minerals that you need every other meal. It will give you good calories to give you the energy. And you don't have to worry because it has no artificial colors, it has no sweeteners and preservatives, and it promotes fat burning mode. I suggest we get to our catalog and look at all the elements that the NeoLife shake has so that you understand basically how it is that it does the fat burning. The other thing is, of course, to understand that when you're on the shake, it controls your sugar level in the body. Remember, weight gain in the first place was as a result of unhealthy sugar control. We call it glycemic response control technology. Because what happens usually, like in the morning, many times we eat unhealthily. And when you eat an unhealthy breakfast, your sugars will go up. When they go up, the body has to talk to the pancreas so that it produces a lot of insulin to handle the excess sugar that is there. And basically what happens is that because of that factor, the sugar normally comes way down there. And when it does that, it means now that because the sugar went below the normal, because the insulin was too much, then now you start having a dip in your energy. And it's at this point that people do their tea. They take tea, they put sugar, they take a mandazi, a samosa. And when you do that and there's no fiber aspect in your diet, the sugar will shoot again almost immediately. And you have that sense of fullness. You're very excited. You feel energetic. Some people even take soda and they feel good. And then once immediately the sugar goes up, the body commands the pancreas to work again on that, and the sugar takes another dip. And that is very, very, you start feeling again hunger pangs at lunchtime. And what do most people do? Most people will now go and do chips. They'll do a big piece of maybe rice and burger or chapati, and it spikes the sugar up and it becomes a roller coaster for many days. And basically that's why when the sugar is too high, it has to be converted into fat. And that's how it is now pocketed in all the pockets where your body normally keeps fat. But now with the NeoLife shake, because of the glycemic response control that is in the shake, now your insulin level is balanced at the levels, you can see the blue part. And once that is done, it means now the body is well balanced and the sugars that were excess are now allowed, the fats that were in the pockets that were saved either at the neck or the stomach or the arms, they start being released into active energy and you start seeing your size, the inches of your waist going down or your arms, you start feeling lighter, and that could be very, very exciting. So basically, clinically proven, the shake will encourage weight loss, especially if you're doing 2 meals in a day, replacing them. It will reduce your body fat. Body fat is very bad. Those are the things could cause you have heart issues. It will help you reduce your body size. It will give you cardio protection. Remember, when the body fat starts going down, and maybe you had cholesterol, and that is in itself starts working out, and the circulatory becomes better, and now your BMI starts coming down. And that is really, really important. Then the next thing is to understand why we talked about pro-vitality. Remember, while you're on the weight loss, your immunity needs to be high. So because of the fact that we have the carotenoid in the product, your immunity is very high. Because of the TRNN in the product, your energy is high. It will help your heart health, brain health, eye health. Any part of your body is taken care of through the pro-vitality that I mentioned about. And it will give you that blend that is very healthy, because some people cut weight and they actually have a problem. And sometimes some weight loss can actually resort to death. I've actually read articles of 2 people who died on their journey to weight loss. Those are the ones I have read. There are many others that are not documented. One was a model in India. She died about 2 years ago, I think just before COVID, while she was doing a keto diet, and she actually passed on. Another one was a lady who was in the Project Fame. She was quite big, and she actually passed on because of having an unhealthy weight loss regime. Yeah. Then the other thing, of course, is the tea. We talked about the tea. The tea has white, black, and white, black, and green tea in it. And it has a touch of lemon and a bit of honey. And you can add that also as you take. If you feel you want it hot, you make it hot. Now it will be hot tea. If you want it cold, you can ice it up. You take it cold. And it has now instant energy. It will give you that fat burning mode, and your metabolism will be right. So if you're here and you want to maintain your weight, you can actually decide to be on the tea on a long, you keep taking tea in between the day, and it will also be a plus for you, especially if you're on the weight, you're already managing it, you already cut, or you want to manage your weight so that it doesn't spike up. Even the meal replacement, you can decide to do one in a day. And so that is really a simple way of explaining the weight loss. Of course, remember, you have to go back to proper eating habits, because once you're done with the program, it could take you 2 months, 3 months, up to 6 months for some people. Some people can decide to even expand to 8 months. Towards the end, of course, you are maintaining so that you don't get the weight back until you are able to do that. And that is very important. So you find that it should be simple, it should be healthy, it should be natural. You must maintain your activity. You must take a lot of water. Water is very, very important. Something else you can add if you're on the weight loss. If you are diabetic, you can add the botanical balance. Very, very important. Or you can even add fiber. If you are a bit big and you're on the weight loss, you can also decide to add amidon. Amidon, because you want your muscles to come back the way they should. You don't want to be left with a sagging skin or something that is flappy and all that. So that's the way it's supposed to be. And I'll stop it there.